I'm Dawn Anderson.
Oh, hi.
So nice to meet you in person.
Oh, I likewise.
Thank you. So I know we talked on the phone about the injuries that you got a couple of months ago. Could you tell me a little bit? I know we talked on the phone, but it's always good to have the conversation again just to make sure that I'm clear about what exactly happened. And I'm curious if you just tell me again the story about what happened to you, how you were injured.
Okay. On June 5th, June 15th, I was on duty, and I'm a firefighter. I recently became a firefighter.
Okay.
So it was one of my first full shifts, 48 hours, and I had to go to the grocery store because we can't really leave the fire station. So I went to the grocery store to get some food, and while I was walking out, I got hit by a car. I was walking to the fire truck. We're allowed to drive those when we're on duty because we're working, and this car just happened so fast. But the car hit me, and I mean I was really hurt, and when it came to yeah.
Okay, so you were coming out of the grocery store?
Yes.
Okay, what grocery store were you at?
The Hy-Vee, the one on First Ave.
Okay, so in Iowa City?
Iowa City.
Okay,
Yes.
and so you had gone into the grocery store, you had bought your groceries, and then you came out, and was the car, were you in the kind of the lane of traffic, or kind of where did this happen in the Hy-Vee parking lot?
I was in the fire lane, and I parked the truck off a little further away because I didn't want it. I mean, it's a small fire truck, so it's bigger than other cars, and I didn't want it in the way. I also didn't want anyone hitting it, so I was walking from the Hy-Vee in the fire lane towards the truck.
Okay, and then a car, so you're walking towards the truck, and then the car just crashes into you.
Yes.
Okay, and so what happened as a result of your injuries? What happened to you?
I broke both my legs.
Okay.
And my ribs, 3 of my ribs were cracked.
Okay.
Just scratches and bruises, and but those were the main injuries that have really bothered me and just completely changed my life.
Okay, so I see that you're not in casts now, so but you've had some ongoing problems.
Oh, I mean, not only is it just the recovery, which is just so hard, and physical therapy, I mean, I have 2 kids. I can't pick up, I can't play with, the emotional toll. My husband now, not only was I out of the house for 48 hours with 2 young kids, so he had to pick up the slack, but now even when I am in the house, I can't help him. Family members have to come help, and babies, it's just money, everything. So my injuries are physical and so much more.
Okay, gosh, it sounds like it's been a real struggle.
It has been.
Yeah. So what we're trying to do is to get insurance to cover your injuries. So it'll be, because the person that hit you was a young driver, right? And I can't remember his name. Do you remember what his name was?
Brown, Daniel Brown.
Okay, so so he didn't have any insurance, as you know, and so we're trying to get the city's insurance to pay for your injuries. We feel like that's going to be the best source of recovery for you. Okay. And so the goal is to make you an insured as a driver of the truck. And so we need to somehow get you as an insured, as a driver of the truck. And basically what the policy says is that if you were occupying the vehicle at the time of the accident, you'd be an insured. Now the law has basically expanded the definition of occupy to include some other things. And so some of the questions that I ask you are going to be related to some cases where the court said you don't actually have to occupy or be getting in or out of the truck in order to be an insured, but you might be able to fall into that category in another way.
Okay.
Okay, so thinking about that, now you talked a little bit about your job as a firefighter, and you said you you're stationed at the firehouse for a period of time, and can you tell me a little bit more about kind of how the job duties work, what your shift is, that kind of thing?
Okay, so we have 48 hours on, 48 hours off once we become full-time firefighters, and during your 48 hours on, you're supposed to stay within the fire station, with the exception of course, if there's a fire, as well as if you need groceries, because we're in a fire station, nobody's buying the groceries for everybody, so your own provisions, and the reason why I was at the market that day.
Okay, so you were in the middle of your 48-hour shift,
Yes.
and you had gone to the grocery store to buy the groceries to take back and to eat at the fire station.
Yes.
Okay, and that's typical of firefighters, that you eat your meals at the fire station and you don't leave the fire station essentially during your shift unless you have to go to the store or fight a fire.
Yes, the healthier ones, ordering pizza and everything, but the healthier firefighters, definitely.
Okay, so, and tell me a little bit about the truck that you had driven, the fire truck that you had driven to the grocery store.
It's just a smaller fire truck, so it is equipped to fight fires.
Okay.
If need be. However, the larger fire trucks are the ones that are for primary use in case of an emergency, and the smaller trucks we use to go off-site, but if there was an emergency, I would have the truck.
Okay, so does it have like flashing lights, horn, things like that?
Yes, fully equipped.
Okay, hoses?
Yes.
Okay, red?
Yes.
Okay, so so essentially, if someone sees the fire truck, it looks like a fire truck in the parking lot.
Oh, yes.
Okay, and so, you said that you had parked the fire truck a little bit away from the store. Can you tell me about how far that was, or how far it was from where you got hit to the fire truck?
I'd say from where I got hit, 40 feet.
Okay, all right. And when you got hit, obviously, you didn't fly across the parking lot or anything like that. You were injured, fell down, and stayed right there.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything else that you can think of that might be related to the accident or your injuries that you haven't already told me? Can you think of anything else?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay, so like I said, we're going to be looking more into whether, based on the facts that you've given me, we can get you into the category of an insured under the city's policy, so that the insurance company has to pay for your injuries and for your medical expenses and all the other trauma and difficulties that you've had. Keep in touch. If there's anything else that you can think of, let me know.
Okay.
And I'll be in touch probably within the next week or two after we've had a chance to do some more research.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yes, and very good to meet you. And take care of yourself as you're continuing to recover.
Okay. Pleasure to meet you
all right.
as well.
Thank you. Bye-bye.